Hi everybody, this is the Golden Era Bookworm, bringing you Arnold's 6th ever cover on this time Health and Strength magazine, March the 16th of 1967. Previous was the 5th cover, I just made a video on that, March the 2nd. This is March 16th, 1967. Arnold's 6th cover. You can see reading here. The photo is by George Greenwood, who was the main photographer for Health and Strength at the time, and we basically followed around Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Frances Blyth. She was escorting Arnold and showing him around London while he was staying with the Bennetts. So when Arnold, after Arnold was that sensation, had that sensational appearance at the Mr. Universe of 1966, the Bennetts invited him over. So we actually read about it here, and I'll read this article for you. It's the only one that's really worth going about. Talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger, the 19-year-old Austrian giant, by Ivan Dunbar. Talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger is not as difficult as you might imagine, for in spite of his limited ability to speak the English language, I found him to be very much on the ball. At the Universe, Arnold could speak only 1 or 2 words of English. Since then, thanks to the efforts of a tutor in Munich, a further visit to London, some help from Wag Bennett's, 6 kids and a visit to Belfast, it has improved considerably. Indeed, by the time the Britain show comes around, I would think that such Cockney Irish expressions such as "ta-ta for now," "mind how you go," "tote that barge," and "give us a lift with that bar" will have become second nature. Arnold returned to Britain initially to do a show for Wag Bennett on Saturday, January the 28th. So that was about 4 or 5 months after the Universe of 1966, and a week later travelled to Ireland for the Belfast show. I'm assuming this was with Reg Park. On the Friday morning of the show, February 3rd, the London flight arrived promptly, and after the usual preliminaries of photographs, etc., we made our way back to my place, and for the first time got a chance to have a chat. At first, this proved a little difficult. I spoke Gaelic, or I'm assuming it's Gaelic, and Arnold jabbered away in a mixture of Austrian and English and the sign language. Training-wise, Arnold's setup is one that most bodybuilders would envy. His job in a sports shop, I'm assuming he means the gym in Munich, allows him anything from 3 to 5 hours daily training time. He trains every day. Though his Sunday workout lasts only 1 hour. Presumably his rest day, ? His program is designed to ensure that the week includes 3 overall workouts, and the other days he specializes on the various body parts. And get this, fellas, he hates arm work. I don't know about that, but anyway. Because in his biography he talks about how he used to blast his arms all the time. Seriously, he finds curling and triceps movements a very unattractive form of training, particularly curling. Nevertheless, this does not prevent him from including 25 to 30 sets of bicep work, and the same number on triceps during each arm session. The parts he enjoys exercising most are the lats and shoulders. On the food side, he is not surprisingly a big eater. At least not as big as one would expect considering his enormous size. 3 main meals per day, with plenty of steak, 2 pints of milk, and that's about it, except for one very important extra item: 80 to 100 protein tablets every day. These are chewed at leisure throughout the day. When he started training just under 5 years ago, Arnold weighed a mere 160 pounds and an arm measurement of just over 12 inches. Wag Bennett measured it 20 and 1/8 inches cold. Chest 56 inches normal during his London visit. After 1 year's training, his body weight soared to 200 pounds and his arms then stretched the tape close to 18 inches. I don't think that's true. I think this is rather exaggerated because Arnold has actually claimed, I forget in which book, but I think it might be in Total Recall, that, Total Recall, My Unbelievable Life Story by Arnold Schwarzenegger, he mentions that his arm grew 1 inch per year. So I don't think that 1 year's training, his arms could go from 12 inches to 18 inches. I think that's ridiculous. From such early encouragement, his enthusiasm became boundless, and every night it was full steam ahead in the gym. At the time, he lived with his parents and brother, 1 year older, in Austria. But Austria unfortunately did not have the bodybuilding competition necessary to provide Arnold with the incentive he needed, and after a couple of years training, he moved to Munich. Then he met Mr. Putziger, someone who has been a guiding light and great influence on his career. That's the man that owned Craft Sport Review and the Munich gym. Last year, as everyone knows, his first attempt at the universe was almost a sensational one. That word sensational keeps popping up all over the place because that is what it was. That's how people described it. Arnold was an absolute sensation. Had he won, he would, at 19 years of age, have been the youngest ever title holder. After the universe, I wrote that I thought if Arnold's presentation, Antan, had been the equal of Chester Yorton, he would have won the title. I still think this to be true, and in fact believe that in his current condition he would beat Yorton. At the universe he weighed 225 pounds. This has gone up to 235, and his present aim is 250 pounds for the Britain show in April and 260 pounds for the September universe. Whether he will achieve such gigantic proportions remains to be seen. And personally, I feel he must be careful not to go for body weight and size at all costs. Actually, I think he's big enough at the moment, and any increased body weight may mean a sacrifice in shape or muscularity, or both. However, one must not discourage the high enthusiasm of youth, and who am I to say we will not see the first ever 260-pound muscular Mr. Universe? Arnold is at present working on what he considers to be his weak spots, namely the calves, leg biceps, hamstrings, and abdominals. He knows these parts, particularly the lower legs, need bringing up, and he is determined to succeed with them. His favourite physique, the one and only Reg Park. It was actually a magazine cover shot of Reg that provided the incentive to begin training in the first place. He cannot understand why Park does not weigh at least 250 pounds with such size. And those calves, I like very much, is in quotation. During his stay in Belfast, I found Arnold Schwarzenegger to be refreshingly modest with a clear, open attitude towards bodybuilding. A quite 19-year-old gentle giant, he is not a Wader or a Hoffman. There is a air there of the muscle wars, or indeed anybody else's man. He is simply a young, enthusiastic, and immensely gifted bodybuilder. At the moment, his one ambition in life is to win the universe title. After that, he would like to have a large, successful studio where he can pass on the benefits he himself has so obviously obtained. I personally have no doubt whatsoever that he will succeed on both counts. The bodybuilding game can ill afford to lose his kind. And as I said, in the last issue of March 1967, they bring you the story of Arnold Schwarzenegger, more pictures of Arnold. That's it basically, I should say, for this sixth magazine cover. Arnold's sixth magazine cover of all time, still in black and white. As you can now see, Arnold has caught the attention of the English bodybuilding scene after the Mr. Universe. He's now got 2 magazine covers on the same month of March 1967, they are announcing the arrival of Schwarzenegger. You can really now understand that the enthusiasm that the German bodybuilding community had of Arnold. They had predicted his coming. They were baffled by his young, by his size at being so young. It was incredible what he had achieved at just 19 years of age. And now the rest of the world was starting to understand the sensation that Arnold was. Quickly, news spread to America, and very shortly I will show you the first American cover. But for now, this is the sixth cover of Arnold Schwarzenegger. March 16th, 1967, Health and Strength. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll bring you more very, very soon. Thanks for now. If you liked the video, again, please thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I will be giving you much more videos on correct, detailed but correct information about bodybuilding. There is too much information out there, too many questions of Arnold and other people, and I wish to actually give some correct information. There are a lot of questions about what was Arnold's first cover. Some people actually think that Muscle Builder had the first cover, or Muscular Development, and they are completely wrong. Actually, the Germans had the first covers of Arnold, and then the English magazines. This is the correct order, I believe anyway. Thank you very much, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.